Welcome to hole number one here on the Parc de Paris course. This is a par four, and I'm going to show you a reasonably aggressive way to play this hole. I'm coming in with a Titan ball and a big topper. Now you can see I'm playing this with a big topper level 2. If I have headwind on this hole, I'm probably going to lay up on the right side and just come into the green with a long iron. But I would say to adjust this shot in overpower, as I have done here, depending on the power of your club. Get the bounce on that first fairway up and over the long bunker. Second bounce, rough bump there, and nicely trickles out and gets us really close to the pin. Gives us a nice chance to start the tournament off with an eagle. I love coming in here with the wedge. Now, I'm playing this shot with a Firefly in the example, but I recommend the Endbringer always. And I do give this one bar of backspin, which I normally wouldn't do with the Endbringer school method, but this is quite a sharp slope downhill, and you might just need to get that ball guide to just check up a little bit. Don't be afraid. Take a practice shot if you want to see how it's going to play for you. But anytime we're going to have crosswind or tailwind, I'm going to go for it here and see what we can do. Good luck. We'll see you on hole number two. Hole number two is our first par three here. I'm giving it 2.5 back, 3 right, and we're approaching this shot with a quasar ball and our backbone. You could use a different long iron, especially if it's got a better ball guide. Now, setting it up with the top right of the yellow here, I've got that second bounce about on the second row of dark green squares to the left of the pin. This is a great argument for using a katana ball or a kingmaker to give us a little bit more of that side spin so that we can have the ball guide more directly pointed at the pin. That's the thing about this hole. There's also a rough bump that you can play on the right hand side. It's very small margins. Unless you're a confident, experienced player, I wouldn't recommend it. Nonetheless, carefully calculated, you can get this drop too. All right, welcome to hole number 3. This is a really long par 5. I'm playing here with an EM and a basic ball, but I recommend bringing something with some distance. The closer you can get to the green here, the better you're going to have a chance of getting an eagle, especially if you're using low-level equipment such as this. So max top, I would normally give this a little bit of left spin if I had some, just to help with the fairway you're going to see here. So we bounce on that thin little strip, roll it up and down the middle here. Not too bad. If you can get down as far as those shadows or anything like that, it's really going to help you try to reach for the screen in 2. But that's not going to be something that all rookie players can do. Second shot then, I'm just trying to play it up to this second last patch of fairway here. So the Viper is usually a good choice. It's going to give you a little bit more reach than a low-level sniper will do. So I'm giving it a bit of overpower here because I'm playing it into a headwind. It's all going to matter on what kind of wind we see in the tournament. I don't think they're going to give us headwind here, but you know how Playdemic's been going these days. Be ready for anything. So then, third shot here, this is where we work a little bit of magic. I do play this shot at 5% medium distance. So you're going to have to check your club, check out your situation to see what kind of club distance you're at. I give it 3 bars of backspin here, and I do offset this thing slightly to the left of the pin. The green here does slope quite strongly from left to right, so be aware of that and make sure that you're calculating that into your setup. Of course, very kind and generous wind to work with here. I understand that a direct tailwind is quite preferable on a short little shot like this, but you still got to hit perfect. You got to line it up, do all the things, and I really hope you get your eagle too. If you find value in this video, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe now to Erelic Gaming so you don't miss out on any of my future Golf Clash content. All right, so hole number 4. This is a par 3. I think almost every player is going to be playing this rough bump here. If you don't want to do a rough bump, you can just bounce ever so slightly left of this landing position and then just go bounce it up right to the green. But this one here, we're basically going to give it, a couple of bars of left spin, a couple of bars of top spin, and really very straightforward setup here. But I would highly recommend bringing a ball with the more side spins, such as that katana and the sniper. Get the full ball guide, full spin set, and then you're going to have no problem getting this one to the pin. All right, hole 5, par 4. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Extra mile here, and I'm going to say a quasar ball. You're going to want to use that max top spin, but you're going to want to use at least a bar or 2 of right spin here. You'll see why in just a moment. I probably should have used a touch of curl with the basic ball, But 10% max on that adjustment, bouncing it over the river. You just don't want to get so close here to the left rough, but it can work as long as you don't get into it. Second shot, then many players will probably use a hornet here. You might need a little bit of top spin. However, I'm demonstrating here with this club that the hornet is not always necessary. This thorn does the trick here. I don't actually use any spin at all for this shot. Now, there is some kind of funnel on the screen. I've never been super good at finding it, so send me your replays, okay? I'd love to see. But like I said, 10% mid, I play this shot into the headwind, and we're really just doing a quick, easy bounce on this little fairway putt and rolling it up. As you can see, no spin here, and the speed is actually a bit fast. You could almost go a bit of backspin. Good luck. We'll see you on number 6. Hole number 6 is a par 5 that I believe is quite a decent chance for an albatross. I'm coming in here with an extra mile and a marlin, and we're really just going max top, max left. You know, it's 1 or 2 bars of left spin, depending on which ball you're using. And we're just going to bounce it nicely up and over here. There is that nice little patch of fairway sort of in that bunker. That's kind of the intended landing position. That's all you need to do here. Nothing fancy, especially if you have a nice low wind. You may need to change your spin set slightly, but generally speaking, this is a really routine drive. So bounce it up. You see that little patch, but we're going a little bit further here. No big deal, rolling it down the fairway. Second shot, you're playing with a wood club. I recommend the Sniper. Tends to be really good with that awesome ball guide, but the Viper, as you can see here, can get the job done. There is a sketchy little rough bump that you can play between the trees here. I mean, I've done it a few times. It's nothing great. And there is a bit of a nicer ball guide that you can see there with the Sniper, especially if you have a ball like a Katana or a Kingmaker there to get that extra right spin. It helps you play to the left of this rough a little more as well, so that you're not sitting with that yellow ring quite so close, so that if you do hit a great right, it can be a lot safer. So really good argument here to try to bring a Kingmaker if you think you're going to have a chance at the Albi. But nonetheless, this should be a very routine eagle each and every time. And once you find that nice little ball guide, I think you're going to find yourself getting this one closer and closer and dropping it when it counts. Good luck on hole number 6. Hole number 7, par 4. This one I'm actually playing the drive with a wood club. You're really not needing to get any distance when you play it this way. We're just playing it just to the end of this first fairway. You don't want to roll over into the rough here, obviously, right? So it just depends on the wind. We got a little bit of headwind, so we're playing it rather conservatively. Tiny bit of right curl here because we're really setting it up so that we have a nice clean look to the pin. Just a nice little bounce. You see, we're just rolling it up to that second last shadow. No big deal. That's really going to set you up more than enough. And as you can see, straight line to the pin. So 10% max on the drive, 10% max here on the second shot. I've got a backbone. Bring your favorite long iron, and we're checking the distance. We're really just bouncing it over the edge here. This is a really good chance. I hope you can get this one too. And as you can see, just a tiny bit of backspin. In my note, I have 0.5 bars of backspin, and it's just going to need a clean adjustment. This hole is funny. Some people try to play it really aggressively with some big power shots. But, you know, I think this is a nice, repeatable, consistent way that you can find yourself an eagle more times than not. But hey, mileage will vary. I wish you all the luck. Welcome to hole number 8. I find this to be a rather challenging par 3. I'm recommending the backbone here in my little graphic just because I find it typically has a better ball guide at lower levels. Given this one, you know, depending on the wind, 3 to 4 back, 1 to 2 right spin, and you just have to work with the wind here and try to dial this one in. The overall setup is not that complicated. We adjust the shot 10% medium distance. We're really just hoping for the best. The thing is, I think we have a lot of interesting elevation we're working with here. The bounce is on a low elevation and it's rolling up to this kind of top shelf green. So we'll work on it. We'll get this one. Good luck. All right, hole 9, traditionally a par 5, as we always do it. First path I'm going to show you is the left side. This is the conservative route. You can bring any level club, even an extra mile level 1 here. I give this one just a little bit of backspin and a little bit of right spin. You just want to make sure to keep the ball on this skinny little green fairway here. Not quite a green. Not yet. We got to get further for that. Yeah, this is very straightforward. Just going to bounce and roll. Just keep it up on top of this little shelf so that we can have a clean second shot with a wood club down the fairway. Now, I chose a Viper here because on low-level accounts, you always are going to have more distance with the Viper. You get these woods in higher levels. So, yeah, just as much distance as you can get here. That's why I have a Titan ball. You might even be able to bounce over that rough with the, like directly over the rough if you have a higher power ball. But either way, get it as far down there as possible so that you maybe could even get yourself into wedge range. But as you can see here, we're going to find ourselves in short iron, kind of max short iron distance. I have an Apache on this account because I didn't even have a Thorn. So we play what we've got. Give this one a couple bars of backspin, you know, whatever you can do to try to control it. I hope you're not playing with a level 4 Apache in the tournament. But if you are, I believe in you, and I know you can do better than me. This is a tough wind as well. This is, I think, from a tour play example. 6.9 mile an hour crosswind, and rookie is quite a bit. So I don't think that was the everything. But as you can see, it can be done. We can get the eagle. But that is not my favorite way to play that hole. Let me show you that now. All right, hole number 9, this one from the right-hand side. I recommend you bring your extra mile and the big dog here. We're playing this drive with maximum left, and in this wind, I'm giving it 0.5 bars of backspin. You might need to use more backspin, of course, if we have a tailwind here. So just do pay attention to that. If you get this drive in the rough, the eagle's gone. Okay, I hate to break it to you, but it's a good chance for an eagle if you nail it. Don't forget that I got the left curl here, like a half a bar of left curl, because there's these two tall trees or bushes or whatever at the end of this fairway. See them come into the shot here on the right-hand side in a moment, I think. But anyway, there's a couple of bushes here. Don't get there they are. Don't get behind those bushes or you're done for. Second shot, bring your wood club with the most distance. That's the big dog. And higher level big dogs are going to have more topspin. So 6+ topspin here is going to be excellent. That's what you want to see. It's going to help us get this ball out of the rough. I give it a 10% max adjustment, and I'm giving this one some overpower. It's going to depend on the distance of your club, what you think you need to do, and on the direction of the wind. Playing it this way in headwind is not necessarily recommended. You might end up a little bit short, but as you can see, we're not short by much, and if we had tailwind and a better topspin, this thing would have been through the rough like nothing. At that point, you'd have a simple chip or even a putt. However, otherwise, you know, you've got this sort of moderate distance rough iron to work with, which isn't the best thing ever, but I know these days, with my current skill level, I could absolutely sink this shot, and I know you can too. Good luck in the Big Top Tournament. Thanks very much for watching my rookie level pre-tournament guide for the Big Top Tournament. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them in the comments section below. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to Erelic Gaming and hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any of my future content. Good luck in the tournament.